Tse believed that you don't need any effort to achieve a goal. When you exert effort, this means that a part of you is against you. Only those things that are achieved without any exertion of effort can be truth, because anything that you do that requires effort is going to eventually drain you of energy and is not sustainable. Lao Tse says that to reach the divine, you must lose yourself completely in it, and the effort to reach this divine becomes an obstacle. Every effort comes from the ego, and ego reinforces itself through effort. So we must learn to let go of all effort, because there is nothing to do. One must become like a child again and forget about ideas of right and wrong, and not make any distinctions in life. Once you start down the path of trying to do the right things and avoiding the wrong things, you are distancing more and more from reality. A child lives his life with no effort. He is just very present, playing with reality. He makes no effort because there is no need for effort, and any effort that is made only produces friction and an inner struggle that never ends. You can achieve a lot through exerting effort, there is no doubt about it. Effort is aggression, effort is competition, but you cannot obtain the ultimate with effort. At some point of your journey, if you are right now getting things done with effort, you must and you will learn to let go. The Buddha exerted effort for more than 6 years, meditating and concentrating and trying very fucking hard to reach enlightenment. The Buddha was so determined that he did absolutely everything that a human being could do to reach this goal. He didn't left a single stone unturned. He examined his life completely, but because there was effort involved, all the action that he was taking came from the ego and he failed. In the material world, nothing trumps more than the ego, but in the world of consciousness, nothing fails more than the ego. After 6 years, he didn't have any more hope. He gave everything he had and failed. Because when he finally reached this point, when he realized there was nothing else he could possibly do, there was no place to go and nothing to do, then he finally reached this place. He just let go of everything, and finally he obtained enlightenment. Because he was no longer trying to reach a point in the future, he could now become conscious of reality in the present, in the now. So a little story about this involves a frog and a centipede. A frog sees a centipede walking in the ground and he's like, "Wow, that's a lot of feet, man," and asks him, "How do you walk with so many feet, man? What feet do you move first?" The centipede looks at the frog and says, "I've never thought about this before, let me think." And at that moment he realized he had been walking and moving all of his feet in perfect harmony with no thought and no effort his whole life. But at this moment, when the frog made that stupid question, he started thinking about how he was doing the movement, and he could not do it. He just stayed there all confused, not being able to coordinate his feet, and he died. So life has a way of doing things just fine, but thought and effort with the ego gets on our own way. Lao Tse's recommendation is to not exert any effort from the beginning of our journey. Because if you choose to do any effort, you will have to go all the way like the Buddha did to reach this hopeless point in the future. If you are making effort, the mind will always keep wanting more and more, and it will tell you, "Come on, just a little bit more to go. We are getting there. We are achieving so much. Just a little bit more to go." So there's two options. You can either continue exerting effort, so much effort that you finally realize that there is nothing more you could possibly do, and then you realize that this was not the way to go because you have exhausted every single possibility there is, or you can just let go from the beginning of every type of effort. Because you will probably never reach a place where your effort is absolute, you will never reach a point where you have no more hope, and you will continue exerting effort your whole life. The mind always wants to complete everything, but in life, nothing ever becomes complete. That's why you always have things you have to do that keep you busy your whole life, because the mind is always trying to complete things, but you will never reach this point of completing everything. That's why it's better not to start, because once you start, you will want to complete it, becoming a vicious circle. For Lao Tse, there is no method or meditation or technique to reach enlightenment. You just need to really comprehend this fact. You were born. What effort did you make to be born? Then you grew up. What effort did you make to grow up? You are breathing right now. What effort are you making to breathe? You have to learn to flow with life and let go of all your effort to reach this magical point in the future where you are finally complete. Because guess what? You will never be complete.